Magic occupies a central position in the lives of these people. No one does anything without first consulting the witch doctors, who will prescribe, according to the case, the actions and ceremonies that will have to be performed in order to ensure success. Illness and misfortune have their origins in magic, either because you have offended a spirit or because someone else has cast a spell against you. When they are ill or when they believe they are the victims of a spell because things are going badly, they turn to the magic men to cure them or solve their problems. The world of the dead is just as real as that of the living. It exists at the same time, but in a parallel, hermetic sphere, only accessible through the rituals and knowledge of the magic of the witch doctors and medicine men. As in all animist societies, nothing happens by chance. Everything good and bad is the result of the intervention of beings from the other world. On the island of Kiriwina, we attend a purifying ceremony. The participants, under the protection of the medicine man, invoke their ancestors to fight and drive out the evil spirits which have caused a bad harvest. When the medicine man senses that the protective spirits have arrived, he orders the participants to move away to the edge of the forest to exorcise the evil they have inside them. Then they receive his blessing, which will protect them from malign influences. In the dead of the night, on the island of New Britain, the Tambuan mask dances to the beat of the canes. They invoke it to ask it to intervene between men and the gods. It is a messenger spirit who brings and takes communications from the other world. Each village has its own masks. The initiated gather together in the forest with the carver and tell him what the mask should look like and how it should be decorated. Then they have to bless it through a complicated liturgical process which lasts for around 3 months. During this time, only those in authority can see it. When it is completed, one night, without warning, the mask suddenly appears in the village. For the women and the non-initiated, it was created by the spirit of the forest itself. Pigs are very important in Papua. They are a symbol of wealth. The more pigs a family has, the higher their social level. There is no celebration at which pigs are not sacrificed. Among the majority of the island peoples, the dowry consists of a certain number of pigs. They are also used as compensation for any possible wrong a clan may have committed against another. The coconut is the other important element in our diet and one of the main economic resources. When at the start of the 20th century it was discovered that copper oil greatly reduced the cost of steel manufacture, these islands became extremely important places for European industry. This is one of the reasons for the rapid colonization of the region. To obtain the oil, they dry the copper or pith of the coconut in these ovens. Then they grind and press it. By squeezing the pulp of the coconut, they also obtain the highly nutritious milk. They use it as a drink and to cook the cassava wrapped in banana leaves. The coconut palm is one of the most valuable trees for the inhabitants of Papua. Virtually every part of it is used. From the husk they make ropes and fabrics, and with the inner shell, which is much harder, they make all types of utensils. After extracting the oil, the copper is used as cattle feed. The juice of the flowers is boiled to obtain sugar. They also eat the young shoots, which have very high energy value. From the bark they obtain resin, and with the leaves they make baskets, hats, and the roofs of their houses. Finally, the wood is used to make furniture and oars, and in construction. Another extremely useful plant in these latitudes is the banana tree. Apart from the fruit, which is present at most meals, the leaves are used to wrap foods to be cooked or fermented. Dried in the sun, they make skirts and costumes with them. They also serve as tablecloths and even as umbrellas. The canoe builders are very important in these communities. They have the same social status as the carvers of yam houses. A man may not have a house, but if he does not have a boat, he virtually does not exist for the community. Even the old men, though they can no longer sail, keep their canoes riddled with woodworm at the side of their houses. Their souls will travel in them when they die. They're a symbol of life which mystically unites them with the sea and maintains them in contact with the world of the living. When they die, their canoes are abandoned far from the shore, so the currents will carry them out to the sea, to the mermaids who will accompany their spirit on its final voyage to the realm of the gods. They believe their boats bear the traces of all the acts and deeds of this life. They are the summary of everything they have been and everything they have done. When the canoes reach their final destination, the gods can read them and decide the fate of their souls. In the Trobriand Islands, hundreds of defiant warriors await the arrival of their enemies. They have emerged from the forest at the first light of day after performing the ceremony to invoke the god of war. These cruel headhunters have become sportsmen in a strange game, Trobriand cricket, which is an important social event. It was the British missionaries who taught them this game in an attempt to channel the innate aggressiveness of this people into sport.